guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the first time I'm doing a video like this, but honestly I'm excited. I've kind of taken a break from Guilty Gear simply because the game was getting a little stale. A lot of the same characters, a lot of issues that I wanted to see fixed. And obviously we knew, the new patch was coming, and I wanted to go over some of the patch notes. Now, this is actually going to be my reaction to the patch notes because I haven't actually looked at them for the individual characters. I only looked at, the big overview of like the RC changes and stuff like that. But you guys know I have some favorite characters that I definitely want to check out what they've changed on them, and some of the other fan favorite characters. So, if you guys do the video, drop a like, subscribe if you're new. Let's check it out. Alright. We got all this stuff. This is probably the only part of the actual patch notes I checked out. Alright. Who do we want to look at first? I gotta look at my boy. Alright, Chip biggest strength is the amount of options, so we've adjusted to emphasize this advantage. The attack type of Sensu has been reduced, strengthening it as a mix-up tool. Aerial Alpha Blade can now be followed up when it hits. Jam Blade, in addition to becoming more rewarding due to its increased option, is now more difficult to counter. That first change that they just said, I'm like in love. Alright. Crouching kick, decreased knockback, so you get to stand closer. Close standing S, faster recovery. Yes. Nothing pisses me off more than Nagoriyuki's close slash because its recovery is so fast. It's like impossible to punish. Fire setting S, reduce hurt box during the attack start. Nice. Jumping P now launches opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. Okay. Jumping K now launches opponent higher. Alpha Blade Diagonal no longer hits opponent when more than a set distance apart. Oh, so no more cross screen Alpha Blade. I used to do that all the time. Aerial Alpha Blade Horizontal no longer hits opponent when set distance apart. Collision detection now activates sooner. Okay. Aerial Alpha Blade Diagonal. Chip now lands a greater distance from than before. Decrease recovery. Yes, yes, yes. No longer hits opponent when more than a distance apart. Now depletes more risk level. Increased combo blowback scaling. Now causes more wall break value gain. Now launches opponent higher on ground hits. Beta version, Beta Blade. No longer be Roman canceled when opponent's gold sight burst is active. Okay. When blocked mid-air, the opponent now lands more quickly than before. So basically they made it so it's easier to punch Beta Blade. Which DPs are overpowered, so I understand. Gamma Blade. Increased attack level. Does that mean it's going to go through projectiles? I'm going to have to experiment with that. Now launches opponent higher on ground and hit. Now launches opponent lower with decreased horizontal blowback distance. Now depletes more risk level. Increased combo blowback scaling. Now causes more wallback value gain. Now launches opponent less than previously when used multiple times in the same combo. That's nice. And increased tumble duration. Okay. That's not bad. Now, Sensu. For anybody that's not sure what that is, that's the third hit of Chip's Rekka, the slow overhead kick. Reduce attack startup. I want to see how much they reduced it because that is one of his slowest attacks and the easiest to react to and counter. And if they make it, depending how fast they made it, that's like a serious mix-up tool because his whole Rekka is different zones. Reduce recovery. That's right here. I didn't even want anything about Chip to be changed besides the fact that I wanted some reduced recovery on some of his moves. So the fact that they did it on this too and on his Alpha Blade, I'm gassed. Increased movement speed now creates less distance when with opponent on hit in the corner. The opponent can now recover after landing. Now depletes less risks level. That's dope. Reduce combo blowback scaling on combos with Sensu as starter. Now causes less wall break value. Now bounces opponent lower with decreased horizontal blowback, so you can combo better. Bankai Masai, change input. That is another banging change. They change it from double quarter circle K to double quarter circle punch. Do you know how many times I would be going to do like Shensu, and I would go to do Bankai Masai and get Sensu because it just wouldn't pick up the double quarter circle. But now it's a whole different button. You can't fuck it up like that. All right. Don't really care about. I do care about Faust. I do care about Faust. They finally make him good. With buffs to K and far standing Ash, Faust can now take advantage during ground neutral more easily. In addition, Mini Faust now attacks more quickly to better prevent opponent from its approach, making it easy to use. What could this be to throw items? Okay. The decrease to the attack style of the PK version of Scarecrow. Make them more valuable as surprise attacks. Hey, I'm a big fan of Scarecrow. They can also be better used in tandem with items now as the attack begins once the button is released. Faust's position after the Bone Crushing Excitement cinematic has been adjusted to make it easier to trigger wall break. Okay. Forward P now launches opponent higher. His 6P was already super good. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Standing K extended hitbox, crouching K, reduce attack startup. Close standing S, reduce recovery. Far standing S, reduce recovery. Jesus Christ, reduce frontal hurtbox. I wish they'd do this for fucking a character I like. Crouching SS, now launches opponent on ground hit, now launches opponent higher. Standing heavy slash follow up. Oh. The opponent can no longer recover after landing on counter. Ooh. So what it means is standing heavy slash is his heavy slash stabs you, and then if it hits you, he does like a little throw. And now they manage if you get counter hit with it, you can't recover. 6H adds a stagger effect. Jumping P now launches opponent higher, so you can combo better. Now launches opponent higher. Jumping. Oh, his little drill. Increased damage. I get hit by that move all the time. Reduced frontal hurtbox on heavy slash. Mix. Made the timing up for controlling Faust's movement direction with forward and back. Okay. Blowback direction now matches the direction Faust is facing. Ooh. The final hit during the active frames now has the same properties regardless of the number of hits. Okay, that's pretty dope. Oh, I do want to make a comment on one change now that I see this. The fact that if you jump over your opponent, it's going to make it easier to turn around and hit them. That's a big problem I always used to have, is because I would be trying to do a move. I would cross my opponent up, try to do a move, and get hit in the back because it takes the character so long to turn around. So I'm happy they're fixing stuff like that. Banana peels can no longer hit multiple characters at the same time. I should have left that. Afro explosion, add guard crush effect. That's banging. That's really banging. That's gonna make his grab stupid good. Because if that's gonna have a guard crush effect, when Faust doesn't have anything to stop you, like, okay, what I mean is Soul Bad Guy, Potemkin, even Gold Lewis, all the characters who have guard crush attacks, they're in the middle of attack animation. It's hard for it's a little more difficult for them to follow up. He can be freely moving however he wants while this guard crush goes off. So he's gonna fuck you up. Added ground bounce effects, blowback direction, dimensional direction the meteors are falling from. That's hot because people cross up with that all the time. So if the meteors are coming from the right and you're on the left, they're gonna push to get the enemy to you, or vice versa, depending on which side the meteors are coming from. Not necessarily what side Faust is on. Hitbox now activates directly after coming into contact with opponent or being attacked. Scarecrow now only changes if the same button used to activate the attack is held down. Interesting. Not only charges, okay, so it activates immediately instead of stalling. Because normally you see the scarecrows, it waits a couple seconds and then they activate. So you can change the timing of it now, or have it activate right away. Now launch opponent higher, reduce attack startup. Attack animation now begins when the button is released. Okay. So it's a negative end move, right? That's what it's called when you release the button, the attack goes off. Thrust, reduce frontal hurt box. He needed that. That move is so good and so bad at the same time because of how big the hurt box is. Love, increased damage of initial hit. Projectile now appears even when the move is normally canceled as at an earlier point than before. A lot of projectiles, if you were cancel too early, they disappear. So that's good. Expand upper hitbox. Blowback direction now matches the direction Faust is facing. Faust is now closer to the opponent after the cinematic end. Nice. Amelia is okay, but not what I'm looking for. I love Zato. I'm looking at that one later. Ramathal, Leo, Nago, goddamn. I'm gonna go through all the rest of these, but I'm gonna do it on my time. Right now, I'm just sticking to my boy Anji. I would not call myself an Anji main yet. I'm not nearly good enough, but I don't know what it is about Anji, but he's so fun to play as. Maybe it's because I like counter characters, but let's see it. Fujin, the crux of Anji's offense and its follow-ups have improved utility. The decrease in recovery of Fujin makes it hard to punch on block. It's now easier to maintain the offensive after the opponent blocks. Shin, Ichishiki, and Rin's decreased startup makes it better mix-up tool. As the movement speed of Shitsu decreased near the corner, it functions better as an Okazemi tool in the corner. Alright. Standing K decreased knockback. Crouching K decreased knockback. Close standing S reduce recovery. Yes. I'm all about reduced recovery. Far standing S, less getting punished. Reduce attack startup, reduce frontal hurt box. Crouching S, reduce attack startup, reduce frontal hurt box. No longer in counter hit state after the active frame ends. Standing heavy slash. Opponent is now forced crouching stay on the ground and counter hit. Ooh. Jumping P now launches opponent higher with increased horizontal blowback distance. Jumping K now launches opponent higher. Jumping heavy slash now launches opponent higher with decreased horizontal distance. Jumping D, expanded frontal hurt box. Okay, I actually like that because I hated jumping D. Shitsu, the projectile now decelerates when close to the corner. That's interesting. Fujin, reduced recovery. Fujin, charged. Increased attack level, no longer launches opponent on grounded hit. Is that good? I don't know. Shin Ichishiki, increase attack level. Nagiha, increase attack startup. Rin, reduce attack startup, reduce recovery. Now depletes less risk gauge, decreases combo blowback scaling for combos with Rin as a starter. Now causes less wall break value. That's kind of okay. Let you keep your opponent in the corner longer. Now bounces opponent lower with decreased horizontal blowback distance. Ko, decreased damage for the second hit. The opponent can now recover after landing. Oh, and Itse Oguitai. Oh, is that right? Increased damage. Alright. So here's what I'm saying. Shin Ichishiki, increased attack level. It might actually go beat other projectiles now. Nagiha, increased attack startup. That might be bad. That's his low attack. Alright, Rin attack, reduce attack startup, reduce recovery. So his overhead's gonna be faster and it's gonna be harder to punish. I am okay with that. I wanted that. Decrease less risk level, decrease combo blowback scaling, and less wall break value. They kind of nerfed Ko, which is kind of bad. That was one of his best moves. Oh well. Alright, moving on. Gold Lewis, Jacko. I don't want to look at Happy Gas. Alright, my girl Baiken. What we got? These changes make it easier for Mike to maintain her offense. The increased recovery of S version of Kabari means that she can have advantage while attacking when the opponent is tethered. Her combos are more likely to connect from a certain distance due to expanded hitbox on Tatamigashi, and the momentum remaining after 6K. Oh, that's it. Okay. Standing P, reduce attack startup. Okay. Crouching K, decrease knockback. 6K, momentum non-managed when cancelled. Oh, okay. I had to think about what her 6K was. Close standing S, reduce recovery. I'm off on that. Far standing S, reduce attack startup, reduce frontal hitbox. That's dope. Crouching S, reduce recovery, reduce frontal hitbox. Okay. Crouching H, no longer hits opponent more than a set distance apart. Reduced upper hitbox. I liked her crouching heavy slash. Alright, jumping P, now launches opponent higher, decrease horizontal distance. K, now launches opponent higher. Tatamigashi, okay. Activates even after an upward expanded frontal hip. Okay, that's you can't tiger knee it anymore. Is what they're saying. Expanded hitbox of the projectile during descent. That's nice. Your aerial Tatamigashi now hits a bigger area. Kabari slash version. Here we go. Now activates. Okay, same thing. You can't tiger knee it, which is actually good because a tiger knee Kabari is bad. It's because it doesn't work. Increase attack startup. Okay, it already took forever, but it does have reduced recovery, so you can hopefully stay safe better. Increase knockback on grounded hit. The tether no longer pulls the opponent in during the animation. Oh, that's actually good. So when you use Kabari now, it automatically pulls the opponent to you, technically giving them the chance to beat your ass, to hit you first, if they don't try to get away from it. But this keeps you at a reasonable distance away if you use it at a distance, and it has reduced recovery, so you'll be able to get at them first. Heavy slash version, same thing. Now less affected by combo blowback scaling. That's pretty good. That just means you can do better combos with it. Alright, heavy slash follow up. Now triggers effect on counter hit. Blowback direction now matches the direction blanking the spacing. Expanded lower hitbox no longer encounter state after the active frame ends. No longer hits the opponent when more than a set distance apart. Increase recovery on block. I don't like that. Oh, it's a second hit. So it didn't have a counter hit effect? Weird. Low back direction, I'm at it. Okay. Expanded lower hitbox, that's at least good. No longer encounter state when active frame ends. And no longer hits the opponent more than a set distance apart. Okay. Increase recovery on block. That move gets blocked all the time, so increasing the recovery. Yaozensen, reduce land recovery. That's a big one for me. I would hate how long land recovery is for most aerial attacks in this game. But Yaozensen is another one. Increased damage, Higari, reduce recovery after successful parry as well as when unsuccessful. Maybe her parry will actually be more useful. Surain Suzashi Watashi. When blocked mid-air, the opponent now lands more quickly than before, so they can punish you more on her super. Increased attack startup and decreased knockback. That's a straight nerf to her super. Alright, Testament. You guys know I've been having a lot of fun with them, and I'm so excited to see what they did. Hopefully they gave them some strong buffs. I'm excited to check them out. Alright. Moves such as Grey Reaper now have been strengthened, as they were many situations where Testament cannot fully launch an offense in both neutral and on opponent's wake up. Okay. The situation after landing the strike hit of slash version of Grey Reaper has been improved and it's easier to land Unholy Diver as a media attack. Okay. Both aerial and grounded heavy slash versions of Grey Reaper have less attack startup and are easier to use in combos and strings. Dope. Unholy Diver now causes less blowback on aerial hit, making it easier to follow up on and create an opportunity to deal damage while carrying the opponent closer to the corner. Crow. Fix the bug where the crow would sometimes not behave as intended after a wall break sequence. Okay. Shortened dash time, adjusting the value to match other characters. Okay. Jump landing, increased a bug where Testament's lower heart box would sometimes disappear at the end of landing. Okay, that's just a bug fix. Standing K, reduce recovery. All for it. Decrease knockback, reduce attack startup on crouching K. Okay. I never use the crouching K because it takes so long. Close standing S, reduce recovery. Oh my god, yes. Far standing slash, reduce attack startup, reduce recovery, reduce frontal hurt box. Let's fucking go. That's just all of us. Crouching S, reduce attack startup, reduce frontal hurt box. Standing heavy slash, reduce recovery. Yes. The fact that Testament's attacks were already so slow and had so much recovery, they were one of the easiest characters to whiff punish in the entire game. So the fact that they reduced recovery on all their attacks, or just about all their attacks, makes me extremely happy. Jumping P now launches opponent higher. Okay. Jumping K now launches opponent higher. Jumping S, reduce frontal hurt box. The jumping S one doesn't really bother me. The other two is just so you can potentially combo better. Alright, Grave Reaper, all versions. Can't stagger any of them. Succubus remains on screen longer. I love that already. Fixed the bug where it would sometimes hit multiple times. I thought it was supposed to hit multiple times. Grounded Grave Reaper, all versions. Expanded frontal hitbox and hurtbox of the strike. The actual, like, physical scythe. Okay. Grave Reaper slash version. The strike now launches the opponent higher. Grave Reaper heavy slash version. Now expanded lower hitbox of the projectile as it comes out. Okay. I guess that makes sense because that's the up angle one. Grave Reaper all S versions. Expanded hitbox of the projectile. I'm okay with that. Grave Reaper all heavy slash version. Reduce attack startup. They made it faster. I'm a fan. Unholy Diver now launches opponent higher with decreased horizontal movement distance. It's that way you can stay closer. I get that because I used to have I would have a problem sometimes too where you hit them with the crow and they're so far away from you that it's a little bit harder for you to capitalize with them. Increased attack frames after Succubus transforms. Okay. Expanded hitbox after Succubus transforms. The crow will now always fly forward in a straight line when the button is held, even if the Succubus is on screen. That's interesting. So normally with Unholy Diver, it flies at the crow. The crow flies at the Succubus. But now, even if the Succubus you can control where it goes, kind of. Even if the Succubus is on screen. Like, say the Succubus is in a spot you don't want it to go, you can just hold it and the crow will go straight across the screen. Interesting. Possession now activates even after an upwards input. Okay, so just make sure you can't fuck it up. Arbiter Sign, all versions. Reduced recovery. I like that too, because I like Arbiter Sign, but it's so easy to punish. So, reducing recovery, fantastic. Nostrovia. Initial hitbox not bounce opponent higher with decreased horizontal knockback, better for combos. Calamity 1, when blocked midair, the opponent now lands more quickly. They made Calamity 1's already a slow attack, so they made it so it's easier to punish if blocked in the air. Which I think they did with like all the reversal supers. Alright. Those are all the characters I was interested in. Let me know what you guys think about the new patch. Let me know if you're excited, if you're disappointed. Let me know what characters you're really excited for down in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That is it from me. You guys will check me out on social media. Links will be down in the description. Also, the link to the patch notes, if you haven't read them yourself, will be down in the description. And I didn't cover a character you want to check out. I'm excited. The game looks like it's going to get some serious life breathed into it for the next season. And I'm probably going to start streaming again. So keep an eye out for that. And that's it from me. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Later.
We gon' ghost them when we pull out with them shells. Hop out the surface, we giving out them L's. I'm with Westside Girls.